Happy hump day, everybody. Just doing a little update on where I see the market going. Um, haven't really been too much in the crypto. I've been doing a little trading, but not a lot, being very careful with my trades. I believe we are going to be getting into the time where it will be good to trade. So I had two trades going. I had to cash one in to actually pay bills, and that's what you have to do first. So you only play with money you can afford to lose. So let's just go through some of the charts here. Okay, so we'll get to that. As promised, I'm going to actually show you how to add to positions and up your leverage. Let's first go through Bitcoin dominance. Get it to move here. Okay, this is our 30-minute. Let's go to our 12-hour. And you can see the dominance hasn't dropped. Let's take off this Luxago. It's been climbing. And for altcoins to start the pump, we need to see the dominance go down. So it's not the best, but altcoins are still following Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been on a crack one resistance zone right here. And as you can see, this resistance here now has become support. And this is our new resistance zone, which is at around 69K. It's come back down to its floor or support at around 65. I would expect it to bounce back up, maybe play around here and hopefully crack up to here and switch this resistance to support, which would eventually lead us to our all-time highs, hopefully. As Gary was saying, I could see around Halloween being a good area, time where it might do it, or shortly thereafter. Some of the trades I was working on before, was doing a trade on Sheldon's 10X on the Sniper Club. Did start off well and then came down. I did stop loss and profit. He's waiting for a re-entry. As you can see, we're on a trend line right now, so it might be soon time to get into this one. Recent. If I throw on our Lux Algo, and I got this just so everybody knows, I got this set for a trending market, and I'll show you the settings for it. We have the preset filters to none, signal modes, confirmation, and exits. The AI is turned off. All this is left the same. I have reversal zone set at 5, trend tracer at 3, and the Neo Cloud at 2. Candle coloring, confirmation simple. I sometimes like to leave it at none personally because I like that look better. And then down here on the autopilot sensitivity, it's set to long term. So we're tracking a trend. And if you look here, and this is on AVAX, on the 4-hour, it is still printing a downtrend. So it's trending down. I like to look for possible uptrend printing like this, which will usually happen on a green dot, which you can see down here on our Luxago oscillator. We may be hitting a trend reversal, which is to be expected because it's on this long-term trend line, as it has printed a green dot on the 4-hour. And if we drop down to the 15-minute, you can see how the trend is definitely down. I would wait for a reversal. So if you were shorting this, this is where it would tell you to take profit, that X. Usually once it's bounced 3 times in this green, it will start a reversal soon. So I suspect we may see that come. The 5 minute is showing a reversal, so it is gonna start on its uptrend. Might be a time to get in it. I would, if you're looking to get the AVAX trade, I'd wait for your stochastic RSI to come down below in the 10 area and then enter there. And then wait. I am in a Solana trade, and this is where I'm going to show you how to add to your position on Femex and increase your leverage at the same time. So if we go to the 12-hour on Solana, let's get rid of this trend tracer. You can see the different things I've charted out. There's a resistance area. It has broken through it. It may come down and retest, but I wouldn't expect it to go much below that. And as you can see, I just got a notification that Solana's passed the 90 on my 5 minute RSI. So if we go over here, I have a notification for every time it comes through here, because that might be a possible exit zone if you want to take profit, or you can add up your, well, you can up your leverage, but you won't really want to add till you're down below. So that's what I usually do. And I drop down to the 5 minutes for things like that to happen. And if I look at our 8-hour, we're definitely on a huge uptrend. 12-hour, as you can see, we're above the 21-day EMA on the weekly, which is where I like to be in a trade, because it usually means it's going to be in profit. So it's one of the things I look for. So now let's go into my actual trade. So I got this on Femex, and this is where I entered. We'll go to the 4-hour. I entered here, first entry. I upped my leverage here. Again, that would have been following stochastic. And on the 5 minute, I would have dropped there to figure out where to do it. We'll go back to the 4-hour. And I kept my stop loss at this point here. And then I upped my leverage again here. And as it climbed up, I moved my stop loss up to the 151, 152 area. And then I upped it again right here. So right now, my average entry price is 155, which is right about here. As you can see, now I will want to up my leverage and put my stop loss at around 160. The mark price now is 170, 144. As you can see, my leverage is here. I'm up $83 on this trade. And I am on I think it is a 20x. And this is where you could add to your position. This is where you change your stop loss. Yeah, I'm on a 20x. So now, if I want to up it to 25, I will do that. And as you can see, I have no USDT available at the moment to add to my trade. But if I up my position to 25x, confirm, I now have $7 to add to my position. So I'm going to add, let's go back to the chart, go to the 4-hour. This. So I'm going to want my average position not to be higher than this resistance zone. So in the 161 to 162 area. where I'm at 155, so I got a lot of room to move my entry price up. So let's do it at market. I'll do 50% of my $7. Confirm. Order is filled. My entry price is now moved up to 156.74. My leverage is 25. And I'm going to change my stop loss to just below this resistance here. So 161.50. Edit. So right now I'm in profit even with my stop loss. If I hit my stop, I still have made 27 bucks. My return on investment is 77%. I do still have more room to move my leverage up. I have $4 left. I'm going to put 75% of it into this trade. Open long, confirm. And that's moved my average entry price to 157. Again, it's below my stop loss, so I'm going to be in profit regardless. So now I'll just let this trade play out and see how it goes from there. Now let's just go through a few other charts, something to do here. Pendle's always been a good one. Let's go back to the 12-hour, see where this resistance is. I'll get rid of this line. So there is a resistance zone here. It's broke through it. It's come back into the zone and is going to head on an upswing is what I would expect. I'd expect it to bounce maybe to about there, come back down, and then bounce back up. Let's look at our USDT dominance. Last 12 hours, it's been going up, so there's been a bit more fear in the market. People are pulling out and putting in a USDT. When the market is going, or USDT is going down like this, alts are usually going up. And as you can see, it bounced right off the EMA, the weekly 21 EMA, quite frequently. Let's go to Doge, 12-hour. There's our dancing dog. And it's on an upswing. Let's go down to the 1 hour, throw on our Lux Algo. Probably not one you want to get into at this moment. As you can see, it just published a downtrend about to start. So I would hold off on that one. Lux Algo has been very, very helpful, to be honest. Again, downtrend. Let's see what the 5 minutes showing. It's still on a down. I would wait for this RSI to come down, see if it publishes a green dot, and possibly look for a reversal in that area. Let's go back to our 8-hour, reset the chart. Yeah, it's probably going to bounce off this trend line and head back up. Say 8 hours been pretty stagnant, but it's still in an upswing. It hasn't published a down. 15-minute, it just published up probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. It is in the red part of the cloud, so I might hold off. Oh no, let's take a look at our 5 minute. It's at the top. Before I get into this, I'd wait for it to come down. And if you're using Lux Algo and you're using the thing I've taught you for trend, if you enter here and you allow it to play out, waiting for the next thing to happen, when you see this blue X here, that's usually a time to take some profit. That means taking some money out of your trade or upping your leverage and taking it out. It usually hits in there 2 or 3 times before it goes to the down. Let's look at BNB again. We're on the 5 minute. it's just in a green here. Looking at the 4-hour, that's probably a scalp trade you're gonna wanna do, not a long-term one, because it's still showing here. If we were publishing a green up arrow, might be a indication to enter a longer trade. This is Pepe on the 4-hour. It's just below the 21 EMA. I'd stay away from it for a little. That's just the way I roll. I'm not a financial advisor, obviously, still blue collar. Link is below the 21 EMA. Doesn't look like it's trying to get above it. Objective again is on a down. As you can see, it published a green there, and this was on the 4-hour. So this would be a long-term trade you would have entered. You'd have been down for a bit, but in the long term, you would have been up. But see, it published on a longer term. When it publishes take profit, it might be an indication to get out of it. So if you'd have entered it right around, let's say here, halfway through there, and got out where it said on that there, that's a 28% trade right there on a 1x. So if you'd have 5x or 10x, you'd have been over 100%. Bonk, same thing. There's on the 4-hour, published to take profit. So now you got to be a little more careful. It may be on a bounce and still go up. So you just keep looking at your trends. Kind of in a cone, so you might expect it to go, come here and come back down, or if it busts through this line, it's when you enter that trade. Whiff has just gone down on the 4-hour. That's a 4-hour. You can see if you do your trend lines on different time frames. You can see when it cracked through here, you wait for it to retest, and if it tests and bounces back up, it's an indication to get into that trade. And you can see how it bounced right off your trend line. So, but always expect a retest. It's not going to usually just climb and go parabolic till we hit the full bull run, I wouldn't think. Thor chain, ruined. On 30-minute, let's go to the 1-hour. It's been ranging in an area, so you can trade the range if you want. Put in your resistance lines. You can see that's where it's ranging in there. So you might expect it to hit here and come back down. So you could short there and long there if you're really risky. Yeah, I don't think I'd be trading a render. I think the market's just waiting for something to happen. It might be triggered by the US election. I think that's November 5th. So right after Halloween, I would be expecting something. But if you got a good position on a trade, like I said, use your position to your advantage. And if you want, try this philosophy. Again, I'm going to end in profit regardless. But now that I'm on a 25x, as it climbs, I'm getting more and more profit. My margin is still only 38 bucks. So I'm up 216%, 17 now. So you can see just by using your leverage and upping your position, you can make more profit. it requires practice, patience, and watching your trends. Back to so. And I usually like to go see it's published to take profit there. We're in an uptrend still on the 1 hour by Luxalgo. I like to zoom out and find my resistance points. So right now, like I said, I see this pretty much as a support line now, which was resistance here, 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 and then it busted through it. So our next resistance point is as high as 190 bucks. We could be 173 area. There's a few hits, but again, it's going to be closer to here. So I feel I'm in a pretty safe area to try to use leverage to my advantage. Still paying attention to when it comes into here and getting ready to jump out if I have to, or move my stop loss up. So if I hit it here, I'm still way into profit. That's just how I do things. I don't know how you want to do it. If you don't understand some of these trend lines, stuff like that, take a quick learn crypto, learn the different terms. Lots of things you can use. The Fibonacci I use sometimes too for picking my where to put my stop loss or my picking my points to change my leverage. What I did here before was I took my fib, took it from here, and you can see it bounced right off the 618, which was 164. And that was one of the spots I added on. Now I would kind of expect the max it's going to go down to is 167, bounce off the 382. So like I said, use all of the things in your toolbox to your advantage. Luxalgo is definitely a good help. Great for, it shows the stochastic RSI, but in a different view because it takes the money inflows and outflows. And what is at the top here is only halfway up here. So it usually tells me to stay in a trade a bit longer. So that's how I use it. And just, if you're not sure, take your, your Femex or whatever, where they give you money to use on fake trades and try to see what you can do with it. So just remember, there's all kinds of things you can do for the upcoming week. Yeah, just pay attention. If you are trading, get ready for the market to go. It will go. Watch out for market spikes. If there's lots and lots of volume or lots of people trading, they will try to take people's leverage money. So always be ready for a big spike. And if you're in profit and you see the trend has changed, like Solana, and you see you can move it up, keep moving your stop loss up and try to add more to it. As long as you're in profit, you should always be happy. So thanks for joining me today. And if you have any questions or anything you want to trade, just send it to Blue Collar Crypto on Instagram and we'll try to get back to you.